Hello everybody, my name is Lonnie B, and today I have just a video about life. I have had a very strange, emotional last couple of weeks, and I felt like I needed to share it, because there's not a lot of times in your life where you go from one extreme to the other, or hopefully there isn't a lot of times in your life where this is kind of the norm. And for me, I take things a lot on emotionally. I might not show it as much as I probably more healthfully should, but there was a lot going on in the last 2 weeks that kind of pushed me to some certain conclusions about just life in general. So let's start with something happy. So I got to go to this amazing show called Cirque du Soleil. So Cirque du Soleil, for those of you who don't know, most people know, is a circus company who puts on different productions with different themes, and it's like acrobats and contortionists, and in this case it was an ice show. So it was called Crystal, and it's all done on ice. So you have people doing like skating and doing flips, and figure skaters doing crazy moves, including acrobatics and flipping off of things wearing skates and doing backflips and flip-flops, and it was insane. It was the coolest thing ever. And living in like a northern town, everyone very much appreciates the effort it takes to skate, let alone skate well, let alone skate while doing flips, let alone skate while going off of giant ramps and like jumping over each other and not crashing into each other. It was amazing. It inspired me to want to like try new things, and like, this is the reason to exercise and be in shape, is so I can do a flip off of a giant swinging pole. Like, these things that I always think, man, that would be so cool to do. I should go to circus camp. I'm gonna use my degree and go to circus camp. So my week started off great. And I think that that's a really good thing that it started off good, because if it had started off bad, it would have just been even worse. So every year, my company that I work for, they do inventory. We have a shop, which means we have to count millions and millions of tiny parts once a year so that we know what is in our store, essentially. And there's a variety of things that you have to do to try and manage this inventory. We've been planning this inventory, or planning the way that we were going to conduct it, since January. Contacted a company where we were going to rent these amazing little portable scanning machines that also have computers on them. They are the handiest, dandiest things ever. They would allow us to do inventory much faster with less people, and it's super straightforward. You just like scan it, hit how many you've scanned, and hit save. That's all you need to do. So handy, so amazing. So January, I emailed this company, we need these things. Oh, no problem, yeah, we can get you 4 units, we can get you a docking station, we can get you extra batteries, it'll be no problem. Great. On the Friday, I realize at 4 p.m. that we have not been shipped the scanners we need. And I start to panic. Oh my god, they're not here, we're supposed to be counting inventory tomorrow, what are we supposed to do? Why hasn't this box arrived? What the frick are we gonna do? My panic level goes from no panic at all, thinking about how cool it is to like swing up in the air and do backflips, and how much exercise I'd probably have to do to be able to do a cartwheel, let alone do any of these things. So my panic level goes from happy circus to, okay, this is stressful. Okay, what are we gonna do? Okay, let's find the tracking number and see if we can find this box. Turns out the box was in the store the whole time. It had been delivered at around 3. Somebody had signed for it, didn't tell anybody, and then it was put in a weird place. Crisis averted. My panic subsided, and I go home feeling like, alright, time to attack the next day with some piss and vinegar. So I go into work the next morning. I go to set up these beautiful machines. I put them on the docking station. I plug in the docking station, and nothing happens. So there's 4 machines, docking stations. They won't charge. They are not working. There is no little light saying, hey, I'm alive and working. So panic level goes up a little bit higher. Still feeling inspired by Cirque du Soleil, still happy, but panic goes up a little bit higher. How do we fix this? I change out the cord. It's not the cord. Look at the other cord, because it goes from a wall to a adapter to another cord. That one is a funky, weird one that I've never seen. It has like 5 prongs on one side and 3 prongs on the other side. Now I'm like, what the hell? So hopefully it's not this cord. I plug it into multiple places in the building. I'm going between people's offices being like, excuse me, sorry, I'm just gonna plug this in now. I'm just gonna make this work, please, because we need these to work, please. The docking station does not work. No power is going to the thing that powers the things that we need to count this entire store. So I'm like, great. We have 4 scanners that cannot be charged on this thing. Luckily, we own one. We purchased one a year ago. So we have one dock for now 5 scanners that we can dock and charge individually. Now this isn't the best part. Best part is I go, whatever, we can move past this charging situation. We can charge them one at a time. We'll do this. I go into the computer, or go into these little handheld computers to check so it can connect to our wireless. And there is no symbol to connect to the wireless. Every YouTube video I look up, everything online that I see says, you click the little symbol in the bottom right corner and it brings up your Wi-Fi settings. There is no little symbol on these guns. At this point, panic goes up a little bit higher to, oh dear God, we cannot actually do this. We cannot actually count the store without these things or without a backup. Finally, I go, you know what? Let's call an IT person. So I'm calling people. I am emailing people. The greatest thing about this is it's the weekend. Normal businesses don't operate on the weekend. No one is open on Saturday. No IT people from this company operate on Saturday. There is no helpline. There is no call a friend for an emergency line. I can get a hold of no one. You'd think that a place that rents these machines out would have an IT department that is open 24/7 because people count inventory generally on the weekend so they don't have to be closed longer than necessary. Anyway, I can get hold of no one. So my panic level is now at maximum frustration, maximum anger, maximum just really frustrated. So I call locally in our town to see any computer store that might have any idea of how to make these goddamn things work. So as I'm waiting for IT guy to show up, I'm fiddling around with these things trying to get them to connected to the internet. Because we need it connected to the internet to do anything. Like anything in life these days related to technology and interfacing with multiple things, you need an internet connection. They have not loaded the internet capability onto these machines. So now my panic level has gone from panicked and then relieved to panicked and now stressed to stressed and now super stressed and not knowing what to do. IT guy shows up, he can't find anywhere that these things will connect to the internet. Looked at these things and goes, there is nothing here to indicate that these even have wireless capability. So, at that point, I'm going, wow, I have now just gone from feeling like great about life to just a complete reversal of feeling angered with everyone in the world because I had been planning this for so long. I had emailed the people every month leading up to our inventory dates to be like, we need these things. Please, please, please make sure we get these things. And please, please, please make sure they get here on time. And I'm going, well, looks like we're gonna have to change our strategy. So, all remnants of the circus of my wonderful experience there are just crushed in this pool of disappointment, frustration, and panic because what do we do? What do we do when the thing that we need to do this job cannot work and it is of no fault of anyone except whoever it was that did not, who decided that day not to ask questions and did not program them. Anyway, so I call in a couple favors. Luckily, we were kind of a small business, so we know a lot of other small businesses, and they're willing to lend us some other scanners that are USB plugs, plug into a computer that just literally scan barcode. They give you no other information. They just scan a number and they can put it into an Excel sheet. So that's what we do. We do it the old-fashioned way. despite planning for 4 months a different way that would have been much faster and easier and given us more information. So this is like workplace stress. This is mental fatigue, exhaustion, and emotional at this point because I am just so fed up with life. Yeah. Inventory lasts 4 days. I do 2 10-hour shifts, I do 1 14-hour shift, and we get it done. We're great. In the meantime, while this is happening, I have a family member who's going in for surgery, who has had was diagnosed with cancer last year. So I'm also incredibly emotional at this point in time. Not only am I frustrated and doing the best I can to get this as easy as possible for everyone else involved, I'm scared and hoping everything's going to go okay and really, really worried. While that's also happening during the week, a friend of ours stays at our house because he has a family member in the hospital. So he came up and stayed at our place, and I'm feeling bad for him, and I didn't even get to see him when he was up because I was doing inventory. I was at work until 10 p.m. one night, and that was the night that he was here. So I'm trying to send his condolences. I'm worried about my own stuff. I'm trying to count this goddamn stupid store. And nothing seems to be working, but it did kind of switch something in my brain, which it maybe needed. I needed a little bit of a perspective jolt because I was very much in my own world for those 4 days. That there's a lot of other things happening. Other people are going through a lot worse things than me, just not being able to count a store properly. Which is, to be fair, extremely frustrating when you do as much as you can to make it easy for other people. But at the same time, I wasn't sitting in a hospital bed or getting surgery. So it was a learning week. It was a learning 2 weeks. But I don't think that I've ever had a week. Well, maybe I might be repressing some information from when I was doing my master's and when I was doing my undergrad. But I swear my swing of emotion was just so intense this week that, life can throw a lot of shit at you all at once. But you can get through it, and the weekend can come, and the sun comes out, and life is okay again. Life is good. But I was extremely fortunate also that throughout this entire frustration and stress and emotion and panic, I have a really good group of friends who will just listen to me, and I have a great partner who he supported me in the best way possible. One day I came home and I was just dirty from head to toe from counting dirty parts, and I just wanted a bath. So I go into the bath, but our hot water tank isn't the greatest, so it's like a lukewarm, almost warm, not really warm, gonna get cold in like 10 minutes kind of bath. And I was just sad, and I'm sitting in there with my little fizzy bubble going, oh, I'm sad. And he boiled a giant pot of water for me and poured it into my tub. I didn't even have to get out of the tub. He boiled water, poured it in, and saved my bath. And just that little thing, just, without that, I would have been just miserable. I feel like the moral of this week is that, yeah, crap goes wrong, but it could be a lot worse. And really, it's just important to know where your priorities are. No matter how much you plan, no matter what you do, things just happen. And while those things are happening, other people are facing way worse situations. So maybe you should be grateful that the only thing that was really frustrating in your life was that these computers didn't work. Although it was very frustrating. So I'm really lucky to have people around me that will take care of me. Yeah. I think if anything, I learned that, life can just throw a lot of shit at you all at once. But there's really nice people that will help you the local businesses that supported us and just let us borrow these scanning thingies, like just the USB scanners, like they saved our ass essentially, which I super appreciated, and we bought them little gifts and said thank you. And yeah, when all else fails, at least you can sometimes count on other people. And when you can't count on other people, you can usually still make it through intact. Because the weekend is coming. And for me, the weekend is here. So today I'm doing this little video. I'm going to play some games. I might do some gardening because it's beautiful outside. But I just wanted to share, if you're having a bad time, if you're having a shit day, it'll be okay, I promise. Lots of people are way worse off. And if you're one of those people who's way worse off, I'm with you. Hopefully things get better. Yeah. Anyway, my name is Lonnie B. Thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a like if you've ever had a day that was so frustrating you just wanted to quit and curl up into a ball and crawl under a rock. Or if you had a day where you felt so inspired that you were like, I'm gonna become a gymnast in 24 hours. That's how I felt after Cirque du Soleil. But thank you again so much for watching. My name is Lonnie B, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Okay, bye-bye!